Hey everyone, Hitesh here from ET's Personal Tech Team. Now this is the Honor View 20. This is the company's new flagship, and in case you haven't already heard, this is the device with what they call a hole punch display. So the manufacturers have been trying to get rid of the notch in various unique ways, and this is one of the newest ways with just a tiny cutout for the camera in the top left corner. You probably can't see it in this image, but anyhow, we'll show you what's inside the box and take a quick look at the device as well. So up front straight away is the phone. This is the sapphire blue color. Let's see what else we get in the box. This is a SIM eject tool. We have a clear soft case, basic paperwork. This is a pretty substantial charger. This is a fast charger, obviously, and you can tell that it is 10 volts, 4 amps. So this is a 40 watt charger, bound to charge this up at a really fast speed. Over here we have the USB Type-C cable, and that's about it. Let's move on to the device now. Now the first thing you'll notice is the unique pattern on the back. It's actually smooth to the touch. It's a nano coating that's inside, and it gives this really unique reflection, the chevron or the V pattern. This is a pretty unique treatment to the back. There are 3 colors in this. There's 2 of them are blue. This is the sapphire blue, and there's also a black. You may have seen the red color Honor View 20, though unfortunately that is not coming to India in the beginning. It may come at a later date. So the frame is color matched. At the bottom, Type-C, here's the speaker, here's the volume and power on the right hand side. The left side has the SIM slot, on top 3.5 mm, and you get IR emitters. Around the back, it's a dual camera setup. The secondary over here is a TOF or a time of flight camera. So you'll also see, of course, the LED flash and the fingerprint sensor, capacitive fingerprint sensor on the back. If you look at the front, there is a pre-applied screen protector, and in the top left is the camera, and the screen protector just cuts out to make way for the camera. So interesting implementation. Let's just power this on and see what the hole punch display looks like. We'll come back in just a minute after setting this up. So here it is, the first device with the hole punch display, and you can probably tell that the cutout for the camera is quite small. It is actually just 4.5 millimeters in diameter. So just the camera there. You're probably wondering what happened to the other sensors and the earpiece. Well, the earpiece is in just a really tiny portion on the top bezel there. You might be able to see it now, and the other sensors as well, the proximity and the light sensor, are also present behind the display and in just on top of the display over here. And you'll also get a notification light in front, which is towards the bottom. So quite a feature packed phone. Right up front you can see all that. 6.4-inch display. It's a 2310 by 1080 pixels. It's an IPS LCD though, not an OLED. So interesting that the hole punch is an IPS LCD display. Now I did mention that there are some firsts in this device. The unique pattern is of course a first. The hole punch is a first. And the other thing that is a first in this is the first 48 megapixel primary camera in a phone. So 48 megapixels and a pretty large sensor as well. We'll just get to that in a minute. Let's talk about some of the other specs. I mentioned the dual rear camera. It's a Kirin 980 processor, so flagship grade 7 nanometer processor. It's not the first device with 7 nanometers, but it is one of the first. Definitely very few devices with 7 nanometer chips. Up front, the front camera is a 25 megapixel. And there are two versions, is 6 128, so 6 gigs of RAM, 128 storage, and an 8 256 version as well. In terms of battery size, you get 4000 milliamp hour battery. In terms of holding, it feels actually quite nice to hold. The back curves around towards the edges and makes it quite comfortable to hold. If you're asking what's missing, there is no IP certification. One could also probably say that you might have wished for an OLED panel and in-display fingerprint. So those are some of the things that are not there, but in terms of an overall package, there is quite a bit to like in this device. Let us know if you really like this, the chevron pattern. It reflects light in so many different ways. You can clearly see the V and the chevron pattern, the way it glints and reflects light. So I thought this would make for an interesting comparison. This is the Honor View 20. This is the OnePlus 6T with the water drop style notch. This is the Vivo Nex Dual, and this is the Vivo Nex, the original one with the pop-up motorized camera module. So you can see how in different ways the full screen effect is being achieved. These of course are a complete full screen without any sort of notch whatsoever, and this you will be seeing in a lot of different devices this year, the hole punch display. So that's about it. In terms of pricing, we don't really have that at the moment. We're expecting a price of about 30 to 35,000 rupees onwards. That would be for the 6 128GB version. Let us know if you would be interested to buy it at that price. And if you have any further comments or questions, do leave them in the comment section below, and you can also reach out to us directly on Twitter with any questions you have about this device. Thanks for watching.